Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new weekly fantasy football advice video. And we got a lot to talk about. We got to recap our last week's matchup, and we got to talk about our stardoms, our situms, our pickums, and our fuckums. And we're going to get all into it. But before we do, got to say hello to my lovely co host, Justin. How we doing, man? How we feeling?
Good, man. I got a dub in our league, and
Yeah,
yeah, I
I
feel
couldn't
pretty
do that.
good.
My team's kind of, and we'll talk about it. So let's do it. Yeah, here it is. So this is the matchup. I played against Mark after the trade that went down last week, and it pretty much started everyone that was right. Like I didn't leave anyone on the bench with more points. So Justin Fields was the right start over Sam Darnold. Did that. Had 16 points there. Travis Etienne has not been that great this year, and it's been concerning. Now Alvin Kamara had probably his worst game of the year, and going against the Chiefs defense, kind of figured that was going to happen. So it wasn't a good matchup there. Amari Cooper didn't really pop off because the Browns kind of sucked against the Commanders, and that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. Diggs had an all right game, average game at 14. Not going to complain there. Jake Ferguson actually got me 13 points. That's solid points from your tight end. Brian Thomas, he popped off. 23 in the flex. Great start there. Patriots defense did decent with 9, and Jake Moody got me 8. So I'm not going to complain. My bench, maybe I could have started Kareem Hunt over Alvin Kamara with 18, but I didn't know if I could trust him yet with starting him. But he looks like the clear-cut number one guy. But I feel like that's the only guy I could have really started, like Terry McLaurin and Tyreek Hill. They didn't really do much. Maybe could have got 3 points more, put one of them in for Amari Cooper. But other than that, I lost to my former Mike Evans, former player on my team. And Josh Jacobs actually had 16 points. Mike Evans had 2 touchdowns. But really didn't do much after that. And then Brock Bowers popped off. So that's why I lost. I lost 140 to 117. So, it is what it is. It's going to happen. I'm going to lose these games when I'm playing a team like Mark's. So I just got to find ways to, score more points and generate more points. And hopefully my players have better matchups. So, my team didn't look awful. I think I'm trending in the right direction. I'm 1-4, but, I have a good matchup this week. Play my dad. His team isn't the greatest right now. So I'm trending in the right direction. And yeah, we'll look at Justin's team here. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up for you. There you go. Talk about it. Talk about your nice win.
Yeah. Uh yeah, so it was the battle of Steve's former co-host, so I knew I had to win this game. I was coaching him up all week. I know all of Matt's tendencies, how he leads and everything. So I was coaching him real hard all week. And I had a little quarterback dilemma. I wasn't sure Kyler or Jaden, but as of last week, I named Jaden Daniels a full-time starter. I'm continuing that throughout the rest of the year. I don't care. Yeah, I know I got it wrong. Kyler scored more. Whoop-de-doop-de-doo. I got 19 from Jaden Daniels, so I'll take that any week, man.
What should Kyler get?
20, 24.
He still
That's all
won. It's
right.
not
I
like you
still won.
lost, so it didn't matter.
Yeah,
If you lost, then it would have mattered.
of course. But my running backs, they laid duds, man. They only combined for what 9.4 points, so not too good there. I think they could turn it around. Yeah, but Jamar Chase popped the fuck off,
He
man.
was pretty good.
41 points. Yeah, that saved me for sure. He absolutely lit up. Him and Burrow did the Ravens. They lit them both up, man. The two of them lit them up. So, and Jefferson has been a consistent, like you got, like his floor is like 15, and he did that. He's been very consistent, very steady. I'm gonna miss him in the lineup this week. He's on a bye, so I'll be missing seeing the Vikings this week. But I got Jamar Chase. But yeah, Nico Collins, he got me a nice bomb of a touchdown, but then now he's hurt.
Yeah,
IR with the
so
hammy.
that's
So
that's gonna
I'm
be a
gonna
bummer.
miss his production. Now I gotta play this week George Pickens, and like my flex is kind of ugly with like Dontavius Wicks I have right now. So it's a little ugly this week. Broncos D was a good pickup. there. Zach Ertz I had to play because Laporta was on a bye. And yeah, so yeah, it's going to be an interesting week coming up, but I needed that win, and I'm happy to get it. So I needed that.
Are you? I would consider starting David Montgomery.
Oh,
In full.
I do because Achan's on a bye anyway.
Okay.
So I do.
Okay. Yeah.
And you kind of lead me right into the stardom too. So
Let's do it.
so yeah, you do
Let's
lead
get
me.
into it. What's your stardom of the week? I want to hear it.
David Montgomery.
Okay.
He's like, you should start him. I'm like, yep, I have him written down. Yeah,
That's
so if
awesome.
you're looking for a running back two, like I am to start, so I got Brees Hall as my running back one. Yeah, I answered David Montgomery as my running back two. I'm completely fine with that. He has a touchdown in every game so far, so he has that touchdown upside, which I'd love to see. And yeah, and Dallas has a pretty bad run defense so far. Not the best. It's been a little bit better, but with Detroit's O line, with the dynamic backs of Gibbs and Montgomery, I think they both have big games. And I think Montgomery's good for a touchdown and over 50 yards rushing. So yeah, I think that's a good start for a running back two or flex play.
Yeah, sorry, I lagged out there. But my stardom of the week, it's gonna be a funny one to you, but to me, I think it's the right move. And that is the man, the myth, the legend. He might be available on your waivers. Daniel Jones. Start him against the Bengals. Do it. Did you see what Lamar did against the Bengals defense last week? Had over 30 plus. And Daniel Jones, I think he had two bad weeks in fantasy. And it was against the Vikings, obviously week one. And the Cowboys, he had like 10 points. And it's not awful. I've seen worse quarterback play. But other than that, every week he's putting up 18, 19, 20 points. And I feel like he'll have a productive day on the ground against the Bengals and through the air. I think Malik Neighbors will be a problem. Wandale Robinson, Darius Slayton, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like Daniel Jones will have a big day, and I would start him. Start him if you have him. Start him if your quarterback's on a bye. Start him if you have Sam Darnold and your starter quarterback is not really that good. Start Daniel Jones. Make it happen. Put him in your starting lineup. Do it. You won't regret it. And yeah, let's get into Siddums.
Yeah, we could get into Siddums, man.
What do you got?
All right. So this guy is currently starting for a particular team in our league. Our friend Sketch. Rashid Shaheed, rookie quarterback coming in. I don't know how well that arm is. He's a deep ball threat. So I don't know how much targets Shaheed will have or how they'll incorporate him. So I thought about Olave in the spot, but I figure, he's probably a trustworthy guy. They'll probably scheme him more than Shaheed. So I went with Rashid Shaheed as a sit.
Okay. I like that because I'm not really big fan of the Saints offense this week. So yeah, I would sit them too.
Even though he had
My
a good
sit
week.
of the week is a receiver that I have that I'm like contemplating. Do I start? Do I sit? I feel like my receivers this week, I'm sitting this guy because of that. And that is Brian Thomas versus the Bears. I don't like the matchup. I don't like it at all. I feel like the Bears, they have a good secondary there. And I just feel like it's going to be hard for him to get involved this week. The Colts secondary was trash, so that's why I was able to ball out last week. But the Bears, that's going to be a tough little matchup for them. And there's guys like Amari Cooper versus the Eagles for me that I'm definitely starting. There's guys like Terry McLaurin, who's going to play that Ravens secondary that just dropped. He dropped, 40 points, Jamar Chase, against that Ravens secondary? So those guys I'm definitely starting over Brian Thomas this week. So if you have Brian Thomas and you're considering, do I start him? Do I sit him? If you got guys that have better matchups, I would start those guys over Brian Thomas. So I'm sitting Brian Thomas this week.
I feel like Brian Thomas is going in that territory. You start him regardless of the matchup. I think he's been playing great, so I would probably still start him.
We will see. Time will tell. I'm sitting. I'm making the executive decision. Not like it matters for me, but who knows?
Okay. He's becoming Trevor Lawrence's favorite target. He loves going to him, and he's been balling, man.
But
so.
Would you start him over Diggs, Amari Cooper, and Terry McLaurin this week? Would you do it over those three? That's what I.
Yeah, I would. I would do it
Which one?
over.
Who would you take out?
Well,
Amari?
I understand the Amari matchup. I would probably Amari's inconsistent, but I can understand the logic. The Eagles secondary, he could be due for a big game. I wouldn't be shocked by that. I think that could happen. Yeah, it's between. I think it might be Terry. I love Jaden Daniels, but I just think Brian Thomas would be better than Terry.
But you're a big Jaded Daniels believer though, and Jamar Chase balled out last week. You think Terry should
Yeah,
too?
yeah, but I'm a big Jaden Daniels guy, not a big Terry McLaurin guy. I think Jaden Daniels makes him better.
Okay,
So,
exactly. So I think he'll be better this week, right? Terry McLaurin.
mm,
No, against that Ravens
okay,
secondary,
okay, fine.
it's been a little
All right,
suspect.
all right, all right, all
We will
right. It's
see.
been suspect, sure, sure,
We will see.
but we didn't see Josh Allen light them up. You know,
Well,
Josh
Josh
Allen
Allen
could
doesn't
not,
have a Terry McLaurin.
or Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, so you're saying Brian Thompson already better than Terry McLaurin?
It's close, man. I think he's really good.
Okay,
You
all
know,
right.
they played the Browns, and he played well in that game, and he's been like a top 20 position guy too. So
He
yeah,
has.
I th- you could put him in for Amari if you don't trust the inconsistency, but the Eagles have been having trouble pass rushing, so I think he could have Watson could have just enough time to get him the ball, man. It
We
could
will see.
happen.
We will see.
I think I just have a hard time sitting him. Is my point. So
Let us know. Let us know. Do you agree with my take here? Sit him of the week, Brian Thomas, or should I start him? I want to know. Down in the comment
well,
section.
we'll see. We'll see Sunday.
We'll see Sunday. What do I do? But at the moment, I'm sitting him.
Right.
Next up, let's do pick'ems. Who do you got?
Pick 'em. I always write two for some reason. These are acquisitions I made in light of Nico Collins going to IR on both of my teams. And you're not gonna like this first one, but he's been getting touches. I'm going back to Jacksonville. I know we're talking about Brian Thomas, but Tank Bigsby, he had a big week last week. He's been getting more and more touches in the backfield. He's kind of eating into Travis Etienne's touches a bit, as what I've been noticing. So I do kind of like that. So I did pick him up as a little stash for right now, just to kind of like jump the ball a little bit, just in case he does end up getting more and more carries. We'll see what happens there. But and a receiver one, he's becoming a guy that this quarterback has a lot of rapport with, and he's been playing well. He's been getting targets. That's Alan Lazard of the Jets. I like him. He's the only one really that understands Rodgers where he wants him. Has communication line down from his time with Green Bay, and yeah, I think it's a guy that Aaron Rodgers trusts to go to in big spots. He did towards the end when they were driving. He was trying to find Alan Lazard, and he did on a couple plays. So, yeah, I think Lazard is a good option just to have on your bench, and he's their wide receiver too right now behind Garrett Wilson. So, I think it's a good play if you need receiver depth.
Okay. Yeah. I like that you said pick up Tank Bigsby. I was thinking about it. With my running back depth right now, I don't know if I want him, and I still feel like ETN's still the number one guy there. Doug
He
Peterson
is.
came out and said it in a press conference after the game, saying that
Mhm.
Travis is their guy. But yeah, Tank Bigsby has been productive as hell as of late and
Yeah.
has been eating into the carries. So, it is a concern. And yeah, if you're in desperate need for a running back, I'm not at the moment. So that's why I haven't really picked him up. But it's a good insurance policy if you're in desperate need. You got guys like Jonathan Taylor that is hurt right now, and
Mhm.
some other running backs there like McCaffrey, and didn't pick up Jordan Mason. Yeah, I give Tank Bigsby a try there. But my pick 'em of the week, if you're able to get him, Tucker Kraft versus the
Mhm.
Cardinals. He's been a solid tight end and has been the second option there in that Packers offense now with Christian Watson being out of the lineup. I think, yeah, him and Jaden Reed and Josh Jacobs. Those are the three guys that have been productive as hell on that Packers team. So if you need a tight end, and your tight end just has been iffy. You have Mark Andrews, been all over the place. Yeah, give
Yeah.
Tucker Kraft a shot. I think he can be a tight end 1 for you, and I think he can finish as a top 10 tight end in fantasy this year. So that's a guy I would pick up.
Yeah, I like that. He's been balling, man.
Yeah. So yeah, wanted to see. Last topic of the day. What's your fuck 'em?
Yeah, he's just in a bad offense. Talented guy, talented receiver, but just in a bad offense. Nothing really going. Calvin Ridley. I don't think I mentioned him yet. Yeah, he's my Falcon for right now. Just not a lot going on with that offense. He did break out for that 1 week there. I think it was week 2. I forget who they played though. Yeah, he did break out for that one game. That was good, but other than that, he's been really inconsistent. Been like under double digits, so it's been a rough go for Calvin Ridley. Even though he's a talented guy, I like him. I think he's very good, very underrated. But yeah, he's just not getting that shine, or with that quarterback turns it over. It's a mess. So
That's
yeah,
intriguing.
I'm kind of out on Calvin Ridley, and I have him in another league.
And dropped him.
I didn't drop him. I'm just saying. Yeah, you could make the argument to drop him. I don't think anyone's gonna snag him. I'm a believer in good offenses, so I like to get guys from offenses like the Lions, for instance. So this is not one of them. So yeah, I'm getting more and more into like, okay, maybe you could drop him, get someone else, but no, I'm not saying that right away. But yeah, I wouldn't. If you're between someone or if you're between like Wicks, who's in a Davius Wicks, for instance, who's in a better offense than Calvin Ridley. Even though Ridley's a better receiver, I would trust the better offense, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So like question, would you like rather have a Wandale Robinson over a Calvin Ridley right now?
Well, they've been yeah, I mean they've been playing better. I have to look at like the targets, but Wandale's been getting targets. He's been putting up points. So yeah, I'd probably take Wandale right now over Calvin.
Okay.
Just from
Yeah,
volume.
just wanted to see, yeah, like give you like a player.
Yeah, if I was between I need a flex and I'm between Wandale and Calvin, I'd probably go with Wandale this week. I like that matchup a little bit with Cincy. So I think he could have a pretty good game. Who does Tennessee play? I know we just did that video, but let me see if I can. They play Indy, so I think that's a tougher matchup. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would go with Wandale if you're between that.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by like fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
lean. I would just like proceed
So
with
fuck him
caution.
doesn't mean necessarily drop him. It's like fuck him, don't start him, and you might be
How
on the
you
way.
can.
You might be on the way out of the door. Is what you're
It
trying to
depends
say.
on how I'm feeling. Yeah,
Yeah,
it just it's
that's
just
totally
like
fine. Just fuck
I'm.
him.
Yeah, that's how I take it.
Yeah. All right. Well, my fuck him of the week is a guy I dropped. He's hurt now, and he's a kicker, and that is Jake Moody. So yeah, Jake Moody is a guy that has been good. Right, he's hurt now, but there's a guy that was better on the waivers. And I'm like, I'm gonna snatch that guy. That's Young Wei Koo. I was able to pick up Young Wei Koo, and I got rid of Jake Moody. And I like Young Wei Koo. I think he's a great kicker in this league. And Jake Moody's hurt now. He pulled something in his leg there. I think it was his hammy. Could be wrong.
I think so.
Um, but yeah, Young Wei Koo's fully healthy. Has been balling right now with the Falcons. So yeah, I'm gonna start Young Wei Koo and fuck Jake Moody. So
Fuck
it
Jake
is what it is. It sucks, but maybe someone else will strike gold with Jake Moody. So there you go. That's my
Mhm.
fuck 'em of the week. And that is our start'em, sit'ems, pick'ems, and fuck'ems. Let us know if you guys agree down below with our takes there. Is there anyone that you would suggest to start, sit, pick, or fuck this week? Let us know in the comment
Whoa!
section
Pause.
down below. Let
Oh,
us know.
pause.
But yeah, other than that, um, let us know, and we'll catch you guys later. Benchwire out.
Out.